project itself started off originally it was supposed to be a great big harp. That was the original concept for the monument. And nobody here at the Park Service really cared for a big harp. So there were a variety of different sketches and designs based on the harp, because the committee wanted something with a harp. And eventually it worked down where the harp is now on the flag of the 69th New York Color Guard. So that's what happened to the harp. And for me, I was pushing for that because I'm a figurative sculptor. I love doing figures, and I had a lot more fun doing a bunch of figures than just a great big harp, you know. So basically it was a series of sketches that kind of went over a couple-year period until finally it ended up, you know. But it was a big harp, and now the harp ended up on the flag.
What did you use for your models?
Well, I just, you know, I hire, you know, regular models, and also my wife takes pictures of me in the different poses. But it starts off with some sketches, you know, and ideas, and then once I pretty much had a sketch that was approved and accepted, then I went to a small model, and I kind of worked my way up.
Now, the materials that you started out with?
It's clay. It's clay, yeah, and then it was cast in bronze, you know, the lost wax process. Other pieces that I've done, I have two monuments at Gettysburg, and both of those are basically very big figures. You know, the figures themselves are like 8 foot in size, and it was one single figure, and then the other one, the Friend to Friend monument, had two figures. What's so nice about this is they're actually able to create a design interaction between the figures, which is makes it kind of special. I had a lot more fun creating that imagery and the movement of the figures, which of course, you know, the other figures are just
a lot more you in this than you would.
Right. There's action and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, that's easy. I guess the big thing was, you know, when I got contacted to do this initially, it was after I had done my Crawford statue, which was pretty fast. You know, they called me up, and within like a year and a half later, it all had to be wrapped up and done. And it was just after the Crawford statue, this is like 10 years ago, that I was contacted by the Irish Brigade Committee, and they said they wanted to do this, and I figured, here we go again. It's all going to be wrapped up in a year and a half. Well, of course, you know, one thing led to another. The problem with the design not being accepted, and working on that and going back and forth, and then finally the park put a hold on everything because they wanted to decide what to do with the Antietam battlefield. So that delayed things for a year and a half, 2 years, and then finally, once things got going again, then it was, I guess, the problem of raising the funds. It took quite a while to raise all the funds, and then finally, I guess, when things got going, you know, it was constantly working under the knowing that they didn't have all the funds to complete it. You know, Jack O'Brien kept on saying, "We'll get them, don't worry," you know. But do you have it right now? No, but we'll get them. You know, so it was kind of pushing myself to do this and getting the, I don't know, creative juices flowing, knowing at any minute they might just shut the whole project down. You know, that was I guess a big fear of mine. But fortunately, that didn't happen. So once I got going on it.
Now, what's your feeling that this your sculpture is the last one that's going to be on this park?
Well, I think it's a great honor, and I consider battlefields are very important to preserve. You know, I think that's important, and the ground and everything. But I've always felt also that to make that ground special that they're preserving, of course, the monuments, you know, really make the ground very sacred. You know, and that's something visually that people can see and know that this particular piece of ground is extremely special. You know, because people have set aside time and money to honor the people that fought here. And it's just something that, of course, you know, I'm very honored to be chosen to do this, and the fact that it's been decided this is going to be the last one on this particular battlefield makes the honor all that much, you know, it's incredibly great.